You need to stop doing that.
What is that?
What is up, guys? My name is Paritosh Anand and I'll be making educational and entertaining videos for you all, be it regarding the undergraduate studies in the United States or the whole application process, be it regarding the board examinations or the SSB interviews for the entry into the defense services in India. Yes, guys, I will be helping you with each and everything, sharing my experiences and my researches. But before we do that, please make sure that you subscribe to my channel down here and be a part of this journey. Let's go. 7 things which I reckon are really very important for your selection into the SSB. But firstly, a fact. The fact that SSB is considered to be amongst the toughest interviews to crack in the world. So guys, be proud of yourself. Because one day, yes. So firstly, you need to learn how to be yourself. Yes guys, it's really very important. You need to learn how to be yourself. The SSB just doesn't require you to be the topper of your classes or to be, the best in your sports. It just needs the proper man. It wants to see who you really are, the genuine man within. And moreover, the interviewer is just like way too smart to grill you for something that he finds. So it's safe and better for us to stay the man who we are. The second thing that I feel is really very important is you need to learn what exactly the SSB is. Yes guys, you really need to know what exactly the SSB is, the day-wise testing procedures, what exactly the SSB wants, and yes, a bit about your type of entry as well. But don't worry, I will be making a video for that as well. So stay connected, subscribe to my channel. Subscribe? Why would you keep telling them to subscribe again and again, bro? I'm just, giving them a good bit of information, I believe. You're just trying to earn some extra money, bro. No. Knowing about the SSB takes you a step ahead of other people. So guys, it's really very important to have that edge because at the end of the day, yes, indeed, it is a competition. Third thing, I believe the most important is that you need to talk as much as you can. What? Yes guys, you really need to talk as much as you can to build up a good speaking skill. Be it the screen test or the group discussions or even the lectures, guys, your speaking skills are really gonna help you a lot. So what do? Read a lot of books, watch a whole lot of English movies. Why not watch a bit of Friends as well? I personally like that. Fourth, be a part of as many activities in high school or in college as you can. The interview should be your greatest asset. But you'd be like, dude, the interview is just way too tough. How do I go about nailing it? How do I... Oh God, come on, the interview is just so hard. How do I go about handling it? Yes, you can. You just need to have enough stories to impress your interviewer. And to have enough stories, you need to have a good amount of activities to tell about. So, participate as much as you can. Build a hobby, have an interest. Outside academics, you just don't want to be the geek who would study and not build up on his interests. You would want to be a complete person. That's exactly what the SSB wants. They want you to be a complete man. They want to ski. They want to see skills like responsibility, they want to see skills like management, they want to see skills like communication and whatnot. So activities really help a lot. The more you participate, the more you meet with more people, the more you try to communicate, the more you learn and the more you experience. That's really very important for you to have a good background and thus have a good amount of stories to tell. And that's exactly what matters. You would want to impress the president or the vice president, dude. So let's make the interview our greatest asset. Fifth, you guys need to keep yourself updated with what's happening around. Yes, this comes in the category of a bit hard things. Alright, GK is just not my thing, but guys, you really need to have just a bit of update of what's going on. So the more you read, the more you're able to speak better. So blogs, newspapers and books, they would really help. But what exactly do we prepare for GK? There is such a big vast world to learn about. Yes. So the basic things that you need to know is about your country, about what's happening around. You need to know about the geological affairs going around with the other countries. It does have some sort of controversial affairs with Pakistan, so that's something that you should be really very aware of. A bit of world news going around in Syria, EST bills, and the list just goes on. So you need to have a bit of information about that. And of course, a bit of technical knowledge about the army as well. By technical knowledge, I mean the information about the army, the navy, the air force, the rank precedence, the missiles, the arms and whatnot. Army is a big thing. So, grab a book and just read about them once. And the more you read, the better it is for you as well. So, the more you learn, the better it is because, it's something about your life. So, you don't want to compromise with it. But at the end of the day, it's not difficult. You just have to give it a read peacefully, and the more you understand, the better it is. You're in the frame. So, keep reading blogs, keep reading newspapers, and, keep yourself updated with the news. And, as you go along, you won't find it really very tough. It just has to be a part of your routine, a daily routine. That's it. Just wake up, go about the newspaper, see what's happening around. Just before you go to bed, make sure you watch a bit of news. It'd be really very great if you watch it in English, because that would help you as well. So, just a bit of tiny little bits of thing that help you become the real man for the SSB. And I believe that's not a very difficult task for you. Task. Oh yeah, bro. Sixth, really very important. Do not lie. They are professionals. They have been in this field for the past 10 to 15 years. Catching a lie would be like, dude, this guy's lying. Let's take an example. See, you're cooking up a story about something. Their normal expression and their expression when they catch you lying. Spot the differences. I don't see none. So the point is that you don't need to lie. They are professionals. They are way too smart than what you think they are. So stay safe, stay comfortable, and have a really very good interview, because we need to keep the interview as our asset. I've told you before, you need to impress the president and the vice president to be able to do good in the SSB. The basic thing is, don't lie. You need to have enough stories to tell, not enough lies to tell. Just be an honest man, and you'll so easily be able to clear and get recommended and follow the dream of your life. Lastly, guys, you need to enjoy your time in the SSB. Trust me, this is one time you'll really cherish for the rest of your life. You'll make so many new friends, you'll communicate and learn and experience so much that you'll miss these 5 or 10 days, which will definitely be 10, that you spend in the SSB. Talk, learn, express, experience, do as much as you can in the SSB, because the more you enjoy, the more you're able to be yourself. And it's stated, and the fact says it. The more you enjoy yourself, the more you're able to be yourself, and the more you're able to perform better. I just lied. This is a sheet of paper with nothing on it. But the point is, right? You don't need to lie. You need to be yourself. But Paritosh, didn't you just lie about the papers? This concludes our first video. Thank you so much for watching. We learned a lot about the SSB today. We learned about the 7 key things that I feel are really very helpful. The first being yourself. The second, learning about the SSB. The third, talk as much as you can and build upon that speaking skill. Fourth, be a part of as many activities as you can in high school or in college. Then fifth, keep yourself updated with what's happening around in the world and in your country. Sixth, do not lie. And seventh, enjoy. That's what you need to do, guys. That's how you live your life. Thank you so much for watching our first video, guys. Thanks a lot for being a part of this family. We'll surely go on and make a lot of amazing videos together. Make sure you subscribe and touch my face right here. No? Oh, we don't have 100 subscribers yet. Not a problem. We'll reach that too. So, thanks a lot for watching. Make sure you subscribe, and I make a lot of musical covers as well. The link is down below. See ya!
If you like, thumbs up.